Well, Rico, it's day 7 of the strike, as you mentioned, and workers here who are on strike are just waking up right now. Some didn't even sleep throughout the night. And they are working at the terminals for the Hong Kong International Terminals, which is backed by the billionaire Li Ka-shing. Now, the company says that they are not directly hiring these workers, that is through contractors. But right now, negotiations are stalled. And as you mentioned, the workers are asking for a pay rise of almost 20% per day. They say that in the last decade, their salaries have not been raised, that their wages right now currently do not keep up with inflation, and that is what they're pushing for.
So what is management offering, and is a resolution in sight between the two sides?
Well, the terminal operator has suggested that to the contractors that these workers should get a 5% hike. But as I mentioned, these workers say that is not enough, that inflation has gone well beyond that. Hong Kong is one of the richest places in China, but it is also very expensive because home prices have more than doubled since 2007. And in many cases, people here are struggling day to day. And that's why these workers say that they need their wages to keep up with inflation. But as I mentioned, the negotiations seem to be stalled. This past week, the weather has not been kind. It has been very wet. There's been a lot of rain coming down. Right now, this is a rather chilly morning for Hong Kong. So workers here say, regardless, they're going to continue with the strike until their demands are met.
All right, taking a look at industrial action in Hong Kong, Jen, what is usually the success rate for strikers in getting what they want?
Well, in general, there are very few of these types of strikes simply because unions in the past have been very weak. But there is this real anger, a sense of anger about the rising cost of living here in Hong Kong. And so last year there were strikes or threats of strike from Cathay Pacific workers for the airline, and this time now from dock workers. But it's not just these workers who are complaining. In fact, crane operators are also joining the effort. And what's more worrying for officials is that now young students are also coming here to show their support because they too feel that workers' rights should be enforced here.